Hey, what's going on? Welcome to another episode of Enter the Farplane. This is Enter the Farplane number 8. We've been doing this thing for what? 2 months now? Freaking awesome.
Pretty long time, dude.
Yeah, man, we're doing good. So on the left side of the screen over there, or maybe one of these days I'll get this whole mirror thing down. We got our host, Clay Uzolt, brand new partner to Twitch. Congratulations, bro.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Dude. Feels good, man. Thank you.
I want to catch up to you, know what I'm saying? Fuck, this guy, he's doing great over here. He's doing really good. I see him doing a little cheesing over there, and that's all right. You know what I'm saying? He has reason to be happy. But yeah, if you haven't checked him out, you definitely should. Anyway, I'm also the other host, Tech Maki. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get this thing cracking. You know what I'm saying? So Clay, what is the first order of business, brother? What are we talking about?
Like normal, we talk about last week's banner and the pools and things like that. Again, it was the Brave Frontier collab banner, which is still going on this week with Carl, Saria, Tilth, and Elza. We've already gone all over them and talked about them, but I do want to say that it has turned out that the rates on this was abysmal, like we all thought. People were having a hard time pulling Tilth. It literally took me like 150 pulls, maybe even over that, to get Tilth. I did get everybody in the end, so I'm not saying I'm complaining, but I mean, for people who can't even come up with that many pulls, the pull rates were pretty abysmal unless you got super lucky. But again, because they were all 4 stars, so that's the understanding. You didn't even get Tilith yet, have you, Tech?
Still ain't got no Tilith, man. She continues to evade capture. I'm not gonna say as bad as Miyuki because she's only been here for 1 week. But she is definitely not trying to pop. I think I did some pulls last night on my stream. I used against my better judgment, I used 8 summon tickets and
last night.
Yeah, and did my half pull. And okay. I shit you not, it was either 8 or 7. And I think I managed to pull every fucking troll unit there was, dude. First one was Galuf. Yeah. I didn't get a single one of the banners. Of course you got Galuf. Not a single one. Of course it was Galuf. Of course it was.
Yeah.
But it was pretty bad, man. Ended with Shadow, and that's when I quit. I was like, all right, well, doesn't look like anybody wants to come out from the BF banner. I don't know what to say about that. But the rates are pretty bad, man. I guess I just got lucky getting Elza.
Yeah.
Really lucky because fuck, dude. Bad rates, man. Bad. I still don't have Carl. Bad. I don't have Carl. Yeah, what's Carl, man?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, at least they're not screwing us over. Well, no, take it back. I think I heard something though, because the first week that the previous or the event that's currently going on right now, excluding the trial part, the first week, not only were the rates for the BF units bad, but the rates for popping like metal gods during the event itself were fucking bad, man.
It's bad. I got lucky, and they still weren't that good. The metal drop rates weren't that good. For people who got unlucky, those things were so rare that it made it even worse. Like, I thought the metal gods would be the saving grace, right? If you take a friend unit in, you get lucky, pop a few metal gods, you're going to be good to go. But then people were showing me their ratios between killing Vargas and then how many metal god drops they've had, and they were abysmal. I mean, the metal gods just seemed super rare. I mean, it's just obviously some people are going to be like, nah, man, I got a bunch of them. But I think overall the average was just like really, really, really low. And it's another thing that really messed with people, man. They hated it. Goomy.
Oh, yeah.
Should have upped the rates or something, man. I think you got to extend an arm out to people who aren't going to be able to have these banner units, and they did not do that with the metal gods like they should have.
They screwed people over, man. I had a couple people in my chat. I think Kyo, was it Kyo Axial?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember how you say his last part of the name, but Kyo, he sent me a message earlier actually too. He's sitting. Last time he checked, he was sitting at 108 kills of Vargas and 9 Metal God spawns.
That's disgusting.
9.
That's so low.
That is a horrible rate, man.
Because you can get 3 in one go, but you literally have 3 spawns, so that's just so low.
Yeah. He's literally killed 9 metal gods though. Like not 9 spawns of different sets of metal gods, just 9 metal gods. That's I mean at maximum that's 3 spawns.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's bad.
It's so
bad,
dude.
That is fucking bad, dude.
It's terrible, man. This event overall has been really awful. It's been I think they just did it the wrong timing. They didn't tune it well for us. They messed up here. They did really well at the Halloween event, like we've talked about. They give us this event now, and it's just way, way worse. Hopefully the next event is something to make it up to us, and hopefully they hear us, you guys sending support tickets in, or maybe tweeting at them, sending them messages, and hearing on Reddit and hearing our voice, and hopefully they at least change it a little bit. They need to tune in and stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, I thought somebody was asking. I think somebody on my Discord said that they might have changed the rates through the maintenance, but according to other reports, I'm still hearing that the rates for spawning metal gods are just still low too.
If that's true, like I've heard of a lot of different things like that. Like people are like, oh man, they made this fight harder, or oh man, they made this fight easier, after an update, or they say like they made the sacred crystal drop rate really low. I don't think that's true. I think it's just solely based on RNG from a small pool of people. But the problem is, if they're doing that tech, that is so bad for the game. They should release patch notes and tell us this stuff is happening, and tell us. For example. Agree. Like, people are thinking maybe they need to nerf Maxwell, right? They think she's overtuned. There are all kinds of games out there that will nerf things if it is too strong for the general, because Maxwell isn't here forever. It's not like a trial you get to fight forever. It's only here for this event. So, right. But if they nerf Maxwell and they don't release patch notes, I think it's like a hot fix. You have to have patch notes. And if they don't have patch notes, I think it's a bad sign for the game going forward. And hopefully they learn from that, because you need patch notes. People need to learn. They need to know how the game is played, because people really delve into this game. They really want to know, fine-tune it, min-max, learn what they're doing. And if you don't give them that information, how the hell are they supposed to know anything? So hopefully they start giving us patch notes. Man.
I mean, at least what they need to do is take a page out of Record Keeper's operations. I'm not saying that they need to operate like Record Keeper, because, I mean, I love the game, but it's a whole different problem on its own. But every time they do anything to the game, they release a whole stack of patch notes that you got to click through if you really want to know what they just did to adjust, the strength of Cell Ace, or increased, something. Or they changed the frequency of an enemy popping up in a certain event, or if they changed fucking dialogue, like they realized there was a typo in French or some shit. They put out patch notes. And I think that's a good thing. I mean, when you look at MMOs, which I know it's on a grander scale, but this game still probably has about as many players as some MMOs have, When there's an MMO patch, you still put out patch notes. It may be an entire freaking web page dedicated to MMO or to patch notes, but the player base wants to know what you did to the game and how it's going to affect them.
Exactly.
I completely agree. It's if they don't start realizing, I mean, that's what that little news board thing that they have up in the top is. That's what it's for.
Exactly.
It's to let us know what you're adding, what you're changing, and when events are happening. You know what I mean? Like, that's what we need to know. But
doesn't look like they're doing it too well. I mean, they do have those random bug issue reports they do, but that's not very good. It's not very good. They're not even very thorough in that. I mean, some people, when they reported the bug where Lightning's dual wield was costing 2 mana or double mana when she would use certain abilities, people actually confused that as being a nerf that it was supposed to cost double mana, because they didn't word it right. They it was so janked up that I would have to tell people this is how it is, and people are like, no, this is how it is. She's actually getting nerfed and it's supposed to cost double mana. So in the end, I was like, fine guys, I'll get the answer straight from them. I tweeted at them. They did get back to me and said it was a bug. She's not supposed to be costing 2 double MP to do her abilities, but that should have been more clear. They just need to be more clear with the players. Hopefully it changes going forward. I don't know how Brave Frontier was, and that's the problem. I wasn't a Brave Frontier player, so I've never dealt with Gumi before. So I'm unsure.
I like to think that Square Enix has some part in this. I mean, I granted, I think this game kind of operates a little bit more like Pokemon Go, where Niantic is in charge of the game, and they are just licensing the characters to the company. And I'm pretty sure this is sort of how it operates. But you'd think Square Enix would have a bigger part in it, because I know Square Enix is all about quality. They do QA for their game so bad that they delay shit by 8 years. You know what I mean?
Right.
Why can't we get a little bit of that 15 love on goddamn Brave Exvius? Have somebody from their company be a representative, make sure that everything's running smooth. Because ultimately they're still getting a cut of the check, just for them using freaking Zidane. Why can't we have the same support? But I mean, either way, there are lots of ways they can go about doing the whole patch notes thing. They don't necessarily even have to put it in the game, as long as it's been put in their official Facebook fucking posts.
Sure.
If it's put on their website, which should be updated to say Brave Exvius by now. You know what I mean? So there are definitely numerous ways they could do this. But anyway, back to the main point. The Metal God rates suck.
They did.
Yeah.
It super sucks.
Yeah. Um. But anyway, so with that, I guess I mean that really covers most of what last week was all about. Granted, we'll
sure.
touch on a couple other things that happened last week. But this week is the next part of the it's the next part of the freaking the event, the banner. Well, not even really the banner. The banner. Well, let's talk about that first. We have the new banner that came out today. The Dark Destroyers banner.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go order of eliteness. I guess by the
Okay.
characters. So first off, we got DKC making a return in the banner. Also called Diesel. But no, Dark Knight Cecil is here.
Diesel.
Yeah, Diesel, baby. And of course, we all know he's got the TM Deathbringer. Awesome.
Yep.
How do you feel about him being on the banner again?
I'm gonna be honest. I want to talk about the banner as a whole right now. I
wanna talk
think
about the
this
banner
was
as a
their
whole?
way of being like, "Hey guys, we're releasing Maxwell early, but we're totally hooking you up with this awesome banner." Which I'm not saying the banner is bad, but it's like this
Okay.
awesome banner that'll help you guys out there defeat Maxwell. And I'm like, no, it won't. Like the only thing you get from this that I think is really good is COD. The other characters will not help you. Like Dark Knight Cecil obviously might help you, but for the general player base, that's not enough to make up for the time gap that we had with the. It's kind of going off, but I think it's good to talk like this. I think we should talk open. Like Maxwell
No, it's fine.
came out for us 4 months too early, 4 to 5 months too early. So for the general player base, they don't have Xdeath 6-star. They don't have Bart 6-star. They don't have a lot of these upgraded characters that they could have gotten easier than a 5-star drop to 6-star, right? So the general player base, they haven't had more chances at 6-star units. They haven't had more free tickets. The time gap was jumped, and the nerf to Maxwell wasn't enough for that time gap, right? So what they did, they were like, hey guys, we'll come up with this cool banner called Dark Destroyers. She's weak to dark damage. We'll throw all these Dark Knights in there, and that's going to help the player base beat her. And I'm like, no, it doesn't. I don't think it does. Or at least it might help them defeat her, but I don't think it helps them invoke and actually get her. That's just my opinion. But as far as Dark Knight Cecil being back on the banner, I think it's pretty cool. Anytime you have another chance at a character, a couple chances, it's awesome, especially a character who in the future is supposed to be damn near godlike in the Japanese rankings. So it puts more Dark Knights into the Dark Knight Cecils or Diesels into the player pool. It puts more Deathbringers out there for people to use. So it's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm not even going to touch on the banner itself. I think is kind of it's an interesting banner. I'm not opposed to it, but I'm also not for it.
Okay.
But anyway, all right. So we got Diesel back. Then we got, of course, you got Cloud of Darkness, aka the Call of Darkness, the Cloud of Duty.
The Cloud of Duty, the Call of Darkness.
Yeah, man.
Just the meme machine that is Call of Duty.
The meme machine.
This is her second banner. She's a 3-star unit, which is great.
Yeah.
She's really strong.
Yeah.
So that's
Cool.
the prize of this banner coming in. The problem is they paired her up with 2 other 3-star units, making it kind of diluted on her spike up.
Yeah.
But,
I think it's still possible to pull her.
Oh yeah, for sure. And the fact that we've had 2 banners now with Cloud of Darkness on it, at least, that's pretty strong. Talking about her limit break, the auto limit's just awful. It's an awful limit. It's an awful TM. I mean, the TM is awful.
Yeah, awful.
But as far as
nothing to say about it.
That Cloud of Darkness will definitely help you with Maxwell this week. So that's like the one character I feel like when they were like, summon these Dark Destroyers to help you take down Maxwell, it's like Cloud of Darkness is the one you want to get. And if you don't have Cloud of Darkness, definitely be summoning on this banner because you want Cloud of Darkness on your team. You want her in your pool, in your unit repertoire. You want her in your toolbox of units that you can use.
And this is probably a decent time to do it too, because I mean, if you haven't bought all your Cactars from the event yet, you still have some Gigantars you can smash into her. And I think this weekend is also the Cactar thing.
Yep.
Yeah, the Cactar Dunes. There you go. Yeah.
So I'm sure.
So it's a time. It's a time to pull her, get her to level 100. Don't be fucking around. Just get in there, get it done. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But you were saying that it is diluted by some more 3-stars. We got Garland, which personally I love Garland. I really do.
Right.
I just think
I know you're a huge Garland boy.
Yeah, he needs to get his 6-star. That's the problem. He needs a 6-star. Without a 6-star, he kind of gets put way out of thought. You know what I mean? Like I used to use him all the time, and there are just units that are better right now because he can't equip any abilities. He can't do dual wield. The double hand can only take you so far. Like, I think his max attack stat currently would be somewhere around maybe 400 something with some bracers on.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
So
Which is awful for putting all those TMs on him.
Yeah. I could be wrong. I haven't done the full math on that, but I think it's around I want to say between 400, 450, somewhere around there, and that's like the low end. I mean, that's pretty good for a 5-star, but that's the low end of like once you get a 6-star, you know?
Yeah, that's the problem. Is the 6-star meta's here, but the thing is, like you said, Garland, he has a pretty decent TM, which is you can equip the large sword, the great sword.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, which is awesome. That is useful. It's not the most useful, obviously, if you don't need it, but I have found uses for it for putting it on people like Cloud of Darkness, Elza, people that can't equip the large sword. You can use that TM. It's useful. It's not game breaking, but it definitely has its uses. And on top of that, like you said, it is a future proof unit. Eventually, he will get a 6-star. Now, he's not going to be as amazing as he was in the Japanese version because we can't stack the materia. Double hand, but he's still going to be good if you pull him. And again, if you get Cloud of Darkness or the Garland, it's still good for you. It's foolproofing your team into 6-star units in the future, which is awesome. And then we can move on to talk about Gafgarian. Now, right now, Fluffy Shoulders, man, not the best unit, right? But he has bracers.
Fluffy Shoulders, exactly.
Fluffy Shoulders, man.
Yeah,
he has bracer, which is one of the best physical damage, TMs in the game, giving you 30 attack and then the HP 15%. So you're already hyped about that, right? You get him and you're like, cool, I have this TM for later. I can farm it up, put it on my units. But Gafgarian did just get a 6-star in the Japanese version of the game. So, he's not the game-breaking 6-stars like Lunith or Gilgamesh or Orlandu, but he's still a solid unit. And so if you get him, that's another way you're future-proofing yourself and maybe making it easier for you to move on. So that's why this banner is kind of weird, because there are a lot of future-proof units, but they're just not there yet. So it's like... that's why it's like you can get these units and improve your builds right now. It's like not really. Like Cloud of Darkness and Dark Cecil will, but the others are going to sit the bench, and then you have Dwayne, who is literally never going to do anything ever unless they give him a 6-star. He's a Brave Exvius exclusive unit, so possibly. But other than that, unsure.
Yeah, speaking of laugh out loud, Dwayne, man, that guy. I mean, I still haven't farmed up one of his TMs yet, mainly because he's pretty rare to pull for some reason. I don't know why. And a Bioga Blade isn't horrible. I mean, it's poison, right? Who doesn't like fucking poison?
Right, but it's a chance at poison. So you're adding more. You're adding more RNG to a thing that I don't know. It's a weird thing. There are other units it's just not an ability I would want to because what you do is you farm out this Bioga Blade, in my opinion. We can talk about this next. So you farm it out and you take months and months and months to get it, or however long it takes you. Obviously everybody has different rates. So you get it, and then you put it on your unit, and it's not an immediate impact. Because first off, you're not always going to want to poison the opponent. Second off, you're not always going to poison the opponent if you want to. You're going to use it, it's going to be not poison. Damn, I just wasted my turn. That's how I feel about it. I can definitely see your point of view too, but the problem is when talking about TMs, it's like people want to farm those. They want immediate impact. They put a lot of hard work in there.
No, I feel you.
Bioga Blade just doesn't give me that.
Yeah, no. I mean, that's like I said. It's something I haven't farmed up yet because there are other TMs that just take precedence, dual wield, more bracers. I'm now farming my my first and probably only Aegis Shield. So I mean, there are definitely other TMs that have more usefulness, and Dwayne himself is just not a good character. He has very low stats.
Yeah, he has really low stats. His I think he has breaks, but they're all 15%, so they're nothing.
Yeah,
they're nothing.
he has one of. I think he's missing one of the breaks. I think he has armor, power, and. Ooh, I'm forgetting. Is it magic? I think it might be magic. I forget what the other one is.
Armor, power, magic.
But he has 3 of the breaks, but yeah, they're all 15%. They're all 3 turns. And with the release of Elsa and the multitude of other units that have full break on them, he's just really lackluster to be slacking in your, or to pretty much be taking up a slot in your party.
Right.
Or a friend unit.
Ability.
Yeah, I mean,
but that doesn't say
he has a cool-ass looking sprite. I give him that much, man. His sprite looks badass.
Yeah, he looks like, when you pull him, you're like, yes, I finally got somebody cool.
Yeah. Fuck.
They tend to do that with a lot of their characters, though.
They do.
I don't know if it's on purpose, or, Dwayne is rare, like you said. He's actually kind of rare to get. They lowered his pull rate is kind of low.
Once or twice.
Right, and so, I don't know, man. I don't know what they were thinking with him, but
I don't know.
He's not doing what he should be doing. Hopefully, if he does get a 6-star upgrade, they just make him super strong and Make Dwayne great again. I don't know. Make Dwayne strong. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know, man. This banner itself is just like I said. I can't stand behind the banner itself. It's just there's just too much. There's a lot of nonsense in there, man. There's just a lot of nonsense.
It's like there is. That's the problem with it. It's like if you have COD or if you have COD, you don't pull in the banner. That's how I view it. If you have Cloud of Darkness, you're done. That's it. But kind of in a way, it depends. This is a very personal banner. It's not one where you can say legit don't pull or pull. Like I want to say COD don't pull in the banner, but then people are like, well, I want Gafgarian CM, or I really want Garland for future. I want Gafgarian for his future 6-star. So like the banner isn't bad, but it's not good yet. It's not there yet. Like you have to wait. It seems
like that. We were talking about it last week, man, about the gummy bear. I'm not going to mention too much more about that. We're not going to talk about the gummy van. We're not going to mention any more. It's just that this it seems like they dangled something nice in front of us again. With the illusion, because like the picture itself has like 2 6-stars, and the 6-stars are just glowing rainbow shit, and it's like, oh my god, this is fucking nice.
Oh, and they hyped it too. They were like, this will help you destroy Maxwell, and you become super strong if you pull these Dark Destroyers. Nah. It's not right now. Right now, Goomy. Not right now.
I've seen commercials that done this too, man. And usually there's some like really fast talking dude at the end of the commercial telling you like side effects include fucking diarrhea, dementia,
it's like,
all this other shit.
Yeah, coming this week, Goomy releases Dark Destroyers. Pull these great units. Yeah, kick Maxwell's ass. By the way, if you pull these units, none of them are really good until about 6 months in the future. If you pull COD, you're going to have to get up to 6-star, and you're probably never going to pull a Dark Knight, so you're probably going to pull a lot of Dwayne's. We'll see you later. Bye. Boom! That's
exactly. Done. And of course, there's multitudes of explosions everywhere, because that's...
Oh, yeah. And like Dwayne, like
yeah. Boom! And then you're just... and you're like, what the hell just happened there, man? Like, what are they trying to sell us? So, I mean, that's what this banner really is, man. That's what this banner really is. And it just makes no goddamn sense, man. It makes no goddamn sense. But hey, whatever, fucking, it is what it is. If you do decide to pull on this banner, I hope you get a DKC, I hope you get a COD, I hope you get some Gafgarions, and you have enough time to farm up their braces in between every fucking event that's going on right now, So, have fun, guys. Have fun,
For sure.
Anyway, we're going to move on to something I watched you do a lot on your stream for, while I was eating dinner there. We got this cool thing that just dropped called the Trial of Creator. Or Trial of Creators? Yep. Trial of Creators.
Yeah.
And it's where you fight the god, or I'm sorry, I think she's a fallen god. I read some of her lore, just, so I knew a little bit about this BF character.
She seems apparently like a big BF character, right? Like a big Mama Jabba. She's the one.
Yeah, apparently she used to be a god. She fell. She's trying to destroy the world so she can create it again in her own image. She is Maxwell, the goddess of creation. Hence why her TM is called the power of creation.
TM.
But we'll get to that in a second. I haven't done the fight yet. I want to get to. I'm going to experience this on my stream for the first time. Everyone can watch me fail, probably.
Nice.
Tell me about your numerous attempts on this. How did that go, man?
All right, so the first thing you want to learn about this fight is that, again, like we talked about earlier, I'm just going to break it down. It came out like 4 months in the future for the JP. So, again, when this fight came out, you had multiple chances to get different 5-star units. So even if they were 5-star base going to 6-star, everyone still had more chances, and more chances equals, maybe another 5-star into your pool, right? And we had multiple units that did get their 6-stars before they had the chance to fight Maxwell. So there's all that. Next, Gumi gives it to us way early, which everyone was kind of pumped about. Maxwell, you can actually get the unit for free if you complete one of the missions. However, they only give us Maxwell at 5-star instead of 6-star. In the future version, the JP version, she came out with a 6-star right off the bat, making her really powerful. The rewards you can get from this include a 4-star trust mule, which is 5% trust. However, I've heard reports of people getting 2. I think it gives 2 now for some reason. I think I got 2.
Something about getting 2.
I don't know if it's a bug or if it's intentional, but
we
don't know yet.
Hopefully they don't go. Somebody was saying it was possible that it was an actual reward for just completing the quest itself, and then there was also a reward for completing the mission.
Ooh, okay, yeah, that could be true.
But it could also be a fucking bug, and if you haven't, I don't know if I should, because I was thinking about this, if you get your double trust mule, you might want to just get rid of them. Yeah, because, the last time we had shit sitting in our inventory, they ninja'd those things out, yeah. They're like, yoink!
Yeah, like Holy Lance, we take that out. You don't have that anymore. Sorry.
So
and then
I don't know.
I think that's just for killing it, right? If you kill it without anybody dying, you get that, or no? That's the. Is that just for killing it?
I think that's just for completing the quest. I think I'll have to look it up real quick. I think it's just completing the quest though.
Okay, and then you get if you do it with killing her with a limit burst, you're going to get 10k karma, which is a lot of karma if you could pull that off, which shouldn't be that rough for you guys. That one. The next one is having nobody die, right?
Yeah, I think so.
If you have nobody die, you get a dark resist. I think it's a TM, 15%. Is it 15%?
Yeah, I think it's materia. Yeah, it's 15% dark resistance. Yep.
Okay. And then the hardest one is that you have to invoke Diablos on her, which I don't know, Tech. Do you know why that's a thing? Like, why does that matter?
Diablos on her.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think that is just something they fucking just came up with because Diablos ain't in BF. You know what I mean? I think they just wanted to do something that would be interesting. I have no fucking clue. I know. According to her stats, she is. I think she has no dark resistance, right? I think she's increased light resistance.
Yeah, I think it's down
like 100%.
Lighting resistance at 200%. Dark resistance is down 100%.
Yeah. So I mean, maybe that was wise, so they could give people a better chance. Like maybe they were trying to. Sometimes I imagine some of these fights, like the missions that are attached to, like even the story missions or anything else, it kind of teaches you how to play the fights a little bit. You know what I mean? Does that make sense to you? I also
trying to be like the goddess of light versus the darkness demon, I guess, is what they're trying to do.
Yeah, something, man. Like I think they were trying to because if you use Diablos on her, you automatically lower her resistance to darkness even more. Because I think that's one of his. I think that's an attachment to his skill to the actual summon. So maybe they were just trying to show, hey, yeah, you could do this, and then you can just go ham on her. Just do this, little boys and girls. And we're all sitting here like, so we have to do this whole summoning thing while we're trying to kill her, and she's trying to kill me. I don't know if I'm
really
down with this.
Too.
Yeah, I watched.
Eventually, she'll just smack you in the face, and she.
I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I watched you, bro.
Yeah, it was rough sometimes. And I'll be honest, that is the art. Obviously, people have told me that, and maybe you guys didn't know. That's going to be the hardest thing you have to do, and that's how you obtain the character. You get Maxwell if you invoke Diablo and kill her. So you just got to invoke. You don't have to kill her with Diablo. You just have to do it at least once in the fight and then kill her. There are obviously going to be strategies out there using characters like Rydia. I think Garnet does it too, where you can, and Rums has Entrust, try to get Rydia's limit break up, make that fill up your gauge, use it, and then just beat the shit out of her as fast as possible. But it's definitely rough. It's going to take some strategy. I'm sure we're going to find out some cheese way eventually after we bounce ideas off of each other's heads, Reddit, everybody in the community working together. But for right now, without going in there with a plan, there's obviously a way the mechanics work. Even though sometimes, when I killed her, she didn't do one of the mechanics we all thought she was going to do, which is strange. I don't know. Sometimes the mechanics don't go like you think because certain things mess up. But anyway, there is a rhyme and reason in what she does. You just have to figure it out, just like a raid boss in World of Warcraft or a raid boss in Final Fantasy 15. All these bosses are going to have mechanics you're going to have to deal with. Is she overtuned? A lot of people think so. Honestly, I'm going to say it has, in my opinion, it's somewhat overtuned for the average player to be able to get Maxwell to summon Diablos. Because I was having trouble with it. Although I was running a stream, I wasn't concentrating too much. I didn't actually know the fight. But, is that how trials are going to be, though, Tech? That might be how they're going to be anyway.
I mean, some of the trials are just going to be hard to begin with. I mean, I know Gilgamesh, whenever he gets released, if he's still as hard as he was in the JP version, he is going to make some people cry and then probably rage quit. So, and maybe break their phones or tablets. It's very possible. I can see that, man. I can see that. And that's what the trials are for, though. I mean, Brachiosaur, granted, you steamrolled him when you went in. I had the hardest time with the team that I went in with. And, I mean, that makes sense. These trials are supposed to be challenging. Granted, when you're overgeared or overpowered, our OP as fuck, you can run through these things pretty quick. And I think the hardest part maybe for you when doing it, which is probably going to be one of the hardest parts for me, is learning how to slow the fuck down. Because you have to learn how to slow down the killing in order to build your limit break gauge, unless you bring in Garnet or Rydy or something. And so, but either way, I think that's what these trials are built for. And I think the future trials with the missions attached to them are going to be like this. And they're gonna fuck some people's worlds up, man. They're just
Oh yeah, like I know Gilgamesh is gonna have he's tough and his missions are gonna be rough. The thing that's different between Maxwell and things like Gilgamesh is that Maxwell won't be here forever, right? She leaves, and that's a problem. And people who aren't there yet, again, the whole 4-month gap is stopping people from being at that point to where they can take her down. I don't know, Tech. We'll see if they do nerf her. I'm on the side that they won't nerf her. Gumi won't do it, but maybe with the feedback they might. But as a community, keep your eyes out. There's got to be an easier way. Like maybe Edgar Cheese will come out with the chainsaws. Who knows? Somehow that'll stack up your limit break faster. But we'll figure it out together. Hopefully you have an easier time than I did. You definitely need to concentrate though. Don't let, like, you might want to tell your chat, like, hey, I need to concentrate. This is a fight you definitely need to do.
Okay.
You have to know what you do every move, because like what would happen to me was I'd be reading chat or doing something else, and then I would forget to dispel her, or I would forget to full break would fall off, and I would just click all my abilities, and she'd kick my ass. And that's something I'm gonna have to learn on my own. Is like, you got to concentrate on some of these fights. You have to put your raid face on, as Sly Fox would say, and just get down to business. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true that, man. True that. Believe me, I've already been there in a couple of my my arena matches, man. I was in one where just I had to take a time out from everybody else and focus on what the hell was like. It was just a bad fight, man. I almost died. I was getting mad. Oh, and I'd like to correct something. Actually, we'll wait on that. Actually, we'll wait. Let's talk about Maxwell. Did you get her?
I got her. Yes.
Okay. Cool. Did you get to use her yet?
I have not. No.
Okay. All right. Because I was looking at her abilities on Wiki. She doesn't have a lot of them, according to what I saw.
Yeah, her 5-star. She wasn't like, her 5-star wasn't supposed to be where she stopped or anything like that. So, she's how to put this? She's really resilient. She will stay alive. She has a lot of ways to stay alive. She has Sacred Song, which is her level 80 ability. It's going to increase her attack and defense by 80%. That's insane. And she's going to have auto revive on herself for 3 turns. So she's going to increase everything up. But the problem is her abilities just aren't there, in my opinion. A lot of her multipliers they're 1.8, both of them. They do AoE damage. I mean, this Genesis does 1.8 light physical damage, 1.8, and does blinded disease, 30% to all enemies. That seems kind of okay in PvP. She might be good in PvP, but right now, like, against trials and stuff, it's just she's not there yet. Her 6-star should make her much better. But she does have a dank TM. She does have a really dank TM.
No, I feel you. The TM itself, sorry, I took a second to read something. The TM, I think, is amazing. Attack plus 30%, magic plus 30%. The only person this isn't going to help out is, like, Garland. Because Bracer would still be better for him. But besides that, this is an amazing TM. I wish there was a way to get more and more, you know what I mean? Dude, I would farm 2 of these.
Let me tell you, there were people that had multiples of these, and they were hacking the game to get multiple. They had them before she was even out. They had them. Really? There was a person that was on Reddit. Yeah, if they were top PvP, like number 1, it was a lightning or something like that. I can't remember, but they had multiple power of creations on, and people were like, "What the hell?" So people are reporting them. I don't know how they did this, but guys, don't. There's another thing that's going on. Apparently, Maxwell, there's a way to, like, when she's about to use an ability, you close your game out, go back into the fight, and the ability won't do any damage to you. Don't do things like this, guys. That is breaking TOS hard, and Gumi will come down, and their ban hammer will be swift, and they will ban you for this. This is manipulating the in-game data or the in-game engines, and that is very bannable offense. They've done it in the JP version. They'll do it to us too. Alim won't let it stand. Gumi won't let it stand. Don't do it. Even if, like, I know it's like, oh, cool, this will help me do the fight easier. I think Gumi screwed us over. They made her too hard, so I'm going to break the game. Don't do it, man. You're going to regret it when they come down with the ban hammer.
They've already done that.
This time. Right.
Bro, like, they've already banned people. It was actually the Enchanted Maze, man. Like the Enchanted Maze itself, when it was released, people were actually doing that to find out where the right way to get to the end of the maze was. And so they would shut the game down as they walked into the next area. And if they because I mean, then it would just force them out to the previous area. And so they would just keep doing that until they made their way to the end of the maze. And I shit you not, a lot of people got their accounts banned because they kept doing stuff that broke terms of service. Terms of service are just, like, that's just the rule of thumb. Like, granted, like, this whole macroing thing, it may technically break terms of
It's
service,
breaking terms of service, but the
they
support has
authorize
come
it.
out endless times, and they were like, that doesn't matter to us. At least Gumi right now, the global version final, they don't care about that yet. They have said in the email, though, we don't care about things as long as it doesn't manipulate in-game in-game happenings, so like get duping items or plugging in items, so getting TMs through some kind of a mod pack, using a modded APK to make your attack 1,000,000 and your HP 1,000,000 and doing stuff like that. That stuff will get you banned. If you manipulate in-game, like actually mess with the data, mess with the way the game's supposed to work, they're going to ban you, and that's what they're looking for. So don't do it, man. Like, I'm not going to say be careful, because I'm telling you, don't do it. It's not worth it in the end. You'll lose your accounts.
Yeah, there's no reason to be
Maxwell's
careful.
just not worth it, bro.
Yep, don't do it. She really isn't. I mean, it is very tempting to have 3 or 4 or 10 powers of creation, but for fuck's sakes, man, we're given one. Just take it and roll, and
just take it and get out there.
That's it, man. Get your power of creation in goddamn few weeks. Exactly. Play like that's what we freaking pay money. If you pay any money on this game, that's what you're paying for. A fully functional game. Not a game that you're going to break just so you can get a little head.
Right.
You know?
And I'm not saying, guys, I see a little bit in chat here. I'm not saying that if your game crashes, you're going to get banned. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you abuse it, they will know if you abuse it. They have ways of figuring this out.
Oh, yeah.
If you go into the Maxwell fight and you continually do the same thing, they're going to find you out. They're going to find you and ban you. They're going to be able to tell if it was by accident. They're going to be able to tell if it was a game crash, or if you actually, they have ways to know. If you actually close your game out on purpose, they're going to know. If you do it multiple times, they're going to know that you're abusing it, and that's when they'll catch you. So just guys, just be careful. That's all I'm saying. Do not abuse it. I remember playing a game called Blade and Soul. It was an MMO tech, and there was a part in a dungeon where you could go to a door and you could just backflip, like double back through it, and you wouldn't have to like fight the enemies. You could just go straight back through the door and miss. And they were just mobs, tech. They weren't anything huge. Everybody could kill them. It's just a time saver. And they literally got so mad at that they just banned a bunch of people, and nobody knew it was bannable, right? They just thought, hey man, we're just going through the store. We're just skipping some trash mobs. You guys put this in your game. You know, it's an exploit, but you know, it's not that big of an exploit. You're just jumping back. They ban people for that. So do not use exploits. It's the biggest thing that developers hate that. They will come down on you hard. So I mean,
there's a big AAA game that came out recently that did that shit. Granted, it's not an amazing game anymore, in my opinion. It's kind of dropped off, but I'm pretty sure some of y'all have played this game by Ubisoft Massive called The Division. There were lots of exploits you can do in that, mainly all relating to its deployable, or you have a deployable shield, and you could like. The way they designed it, they didn't think about like how players would do things, and of course, players for some reason are just wandering around corners of the map, throwing this deployable shield, and extends, and then you walk through the wall itself because the shield's down, and that got a lot of people banned. A lot of people. Developers, as Clay said, definitely hate when players find exploits and do their shit. Granted, I do think that some. Like it's a two-way street, you know. Like you get your testers out there to find these bugs, but at the same time, once a bug is discovered, I think it's per their terms of service, we're supposed to really report the bugs if we find them,
right? Not
continue to use them. So anyway, I'm not gonna harp too much on this one anymore. Just don't do stupid shit, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
That's it. Anyway. We're going to go ahead and move on. We'll see about how this trial goes later on. So, the next big thing that happened last night, while I was streaming, actually, was the PvP reset.
Yeah,
and
I totally didn't. I forgot that PvP resets at a different time than the daily resets, right? So I should have known, but I totally forgot. So I didn't get the rewards. I mean, I wasn't in the top 3,000 because I haven't been focusing on PvP. So I didn't get my rewards for 3,000, which isn't a big deal when it comes to weekly, guys. You only miss out on like a couple of like normal tough pots and a couple of summoning tickets, arena summoning tickets, not real summoning tickets. So it's not a big of a deal. But you guys, be aware, guys, that the arena reset is sometime way earlier than the normal reset. I can't remember the exact time, but be aware of that.
In Germany, Central European time, it happened at 1 a.m. So that would be 7 p.m. EST, which is odd, but that's what time it happens EST, 7 p.m. EST, I think.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was thinking too. So 7 p.m. EST, whatever time that is for you guys. You could put it into a Google and type in EST to whatever time you are, 7 p.m., and that's when they're going to reset. So they reset on us, and we don't have our rewards yet, and everybody's like, I didn't get my rewards, it's bugged. I think it just takes a while for them to send out their rewards. We'll get them, guys. Don't worry about it.
I told everybody last night, man, there's a delivery mogul. He's got a lot of rewards in his satchel. He's got a lot of players to go hit up. We crossed the 8 million mark. Moguls fly really fucking slow. Give him some time to get to your digital box, and he'll drop off your gifts. He does need to hurry the fuck up, though, because reset did happen almost a day ago. I'm just saying, like, maybe they should get a couple more.
I know, and they should have announced it or something like, your rewards will come at a later date. That's the thing we were talking about earlier, and we just keep harping on it. They need to have more contact with their base, their viewer base. Because, for example, they normally were releasing data, what was it, Wednesdays or Tuesdays, right, earlier. They'd be like, here's the next banner, and here's the next event. And then out of nowhere, they were like, we don't release anything until Thursdays. And now we're doing it on Thursdays. They should have announced that was happening, I guess. I don't know. And, one of the things that really bugged me is that they announced things like, check out our new YouTube for Taiwanese channel, for global.
Yeah.
We're not all Taiwanese, so that doesn't really help us. But I mean, I'll say if there was an English channel, it would help us. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying they're buffing that up, and they're not giving us this information about, when we're getting our PvP rewards, things like that.
The sad thing is, though,
weird thing.
They don't even buff that up as much as they should. Like, if they really wanted to promote the channel, then why does it show up? It's goddamn like the 8th thing on the list behind shit that's already been read. You know what I mean? Like, I don't. Somebody needs to help them. So it's not going to be me, but somebody needs to fucking help. Yeah, man. Like, I don't know. But anyway, so on to the PvP. Now that we know when the ranking reset happens, which I think it's kind of weird too, because also you can't see the previous ranking that you had yet, or at least when I clicked it, it's like
it's bugged. Like you can't see it. Yeah,
I don't understand that. Why? They need some help.
It must just be having some problems. It must just be some bug problems, maybe, and they need to get them fixed. But again, they should just. I mean, how hard is it to write a little message and throw it in there? It's not. It's not hard
at all. No.
I'm not a developer, so I don't know. But a lot of games do it instantly. Or they could have, like you said, on their Facebook or their Twitter. They could tweet this stuff out. That's all you got to do. They don't have to put it in game. Yep. They can just put it on Facebook and Twitter and be like, "Hey, this is happening, guys. Don't worry. You guys are getting your PvP reward soon. We estimate this much time." Or they don't even have to give us a time frame, because that's always bad for developers to do. To be like, "Yeah, we got this fixed tomorrow." No, we don't. Shit. We said tomorrow. Like, you don't even have to put time. We just say soon. Just give the community soon. Relaxing, like a relaxing feeling. Oh, okay. It's a problem with you guys, not a problem with me. I didn't do anything wrong. I'm still getting my rewards. Now I feel help.
Exactly.
I feel content. But I don't know. So what are the strategies this week, Tech?
All right, well, the strategies are a little different than last week, because last week I think everybody who had black hat lids, like 5 of them, would roll up in there and petrify everybody and roll the fuck out. So that's what I think everybody was doing last week, unless you had Elza and you were just determined to use your 4 lightnings and the 1 Elza to go fucking ham on everyone. Or your 5 Cecils, goddammit. So this week, I didn't see. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Well, since I still have the game open. This week, I think the rules changed. We no longer have to worry about no magic combos.
So dual cast is back.
Yeah, dual cast is back. I'm enjoying it. But they got rid of status afflictions. So that, I believe, is messing some people up.
I'm really confused by that, though, because I did get blind in the PvP.
Oh, yes, you can get blinded. I think you can't use blind. Like, if there's a spell called blind, you can't do it.
Okay.
But Shining Splendor has the blind attached to it. You see what I'm saying?
So it's just, that's what you're saying. So you can't use moves like Hex Strike, Disease, or, Poison. But like if a weapon would have it on it, like you said, Shining Splendor, that will happen? Okay, cool.
Yep.
So that sounds
because I'm still blinding the shit out of people with Shining Splendor.
Nice, dude.
So, yeah, I think it's a way for you to be creative on how you want to get around to doing certain stuff.
Oh, yeah, there are tons of ways, yeah. And the other one's like no light something, what is it?
No light attacks, which also still doesn't apply to Excalibur, because I'm still using it.
Right.
And
so
I'm still fucking people up.
Or Maxwell is going to suck this week in
PvP. Exactly. You got Maxwell, fucker. And then, and now the series bonus is Brave Frontier for this week, so looks like we're on that schedule now. Sucks that Maxwell still isn't going to be all that useful, because she's not going to be horrible. She's just not going to be amazing, because I think one of her big spells is a light damaging attack, right?
I think both of them are. I think she is
Oh, they
awful.
both are. Well, fuck. Well,
Yeah, they're both
then
light
yeah,
damage.
that's too bad for her.
She just X'd out.
Yeah. So there's that. But the strategies, I think, it's just changing a little bit now. Instead of using your status ailments in the form of abilities, you need to find like if you really want to petrify some people, you just need to put some skills on, or not skills. You need to put on some equipment that can still petrify people. I don't think we have anything. Yeah, you can limit break. Limit breaks definitely work. You can definitely pull out Auguries and just stop everyone.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, Tech. This is kind of going off topic, but I'm crushing on Agris out of nowhere. Bad. Like I want to level her up and put her on my team. I don't know why. I mean, I know she got those updates in Japan, so that kind of like made my interest higher on her. And then like I just love her sprite. It looks
it's a cool sprite.
Like Tactics to me. It looks so good.
It does.
Yeah,
it does look good. I love it. Auguries is one of my waifus, man.
Yeah, I saw her on your team, and I was jelly a little bit.
She's not a bad character, but you know Elza has taken her spot right now. Wait till she gets her 6-star and she's like a mini Orlando.
Her and Orlando teaming up, high fiving.
That's right. Anyway, but all right, so yeah, that's pretty much my suggestion for PvP. Nothing's really changed. Just put some equipment on that if you want to want to put some status effects, you can put on status effects.
Be aware that remember to check your monthly rankings, guys, and check the monthly when it ends, guys, because it tells you there. It'll tell you the date, it'll tell you the time. So you want to make sure to be aware of your monthly rankings because that I think those are the big rewards. The weekly ones are fine, but the monthly ones are all obviously better. They're better. It's a month long, so you want to keep aware of that. Keep your rankings up there, and just focus. I think just make sure you don't lose your focus because we just changed the week. Because you are going to want those monthly rewards. So I just will say that too.
Monthly rewards are definitely the bread and butter of this thing. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so now that they completely also destroyed our banner speculations from last week, because we were both fucking wrong. Yeah. What do you think?
It's not even a real banner.
I think this counts as still the new banner. Like, I was thoroughly expecting halfway through we were going to get Type 0. I thoroughly expected it. And you Final Fantasy 13, and then they were like, so we got these people with like dark skills and stuff, and we just want to throw them out here,
They totally kill Maxwell for you. No, they won't. But anyway,
that's what they did.
Speculation this week, Tech. What's coming next week?
I'm still claiming Type 0, but I could be fucking off now because I think Type 0 is about to like the collabs on certain things. I know Mobius is going to be coming to an end soon enough. So
I have two. Pick two. Pick another. You get to have two.
FF5 then.
Okay, nice. My two are FF5 also. We'll go with FF5 or Final Fantasy 15, baby. I'm going hard. I'm saying Final Fantasy 15's coming because it'll be released the next Tuesday after that, and
I actually...
It's going to be good to scratch our backs?
We'll see, man. I actually don't think that we're going to... to be honest, if we're going to... Just for future speculation past that, I think 15 won't be until the week after that. I think it'll be the week of the weekend of the 1st.
It could be that you're right because it comes out that Tuesday, so it could be. Mm-hmm. But I thought you were going to say they're not going to give us one, and I was like, please tag now.
No. I think. Well, I honestly I think that they would, unless there's some weird reason for like rights.
Well, the problem is here's the problem we see with this, right? So in JP, they have to make the characters OP enough to where it's good for JP players, right? So they have a lot of different stuff in their meta. Can they drop that in global right now? Can they just be like, here's Noctis, and by the way, he's stronger than Orlando. He's amazing, and like because in the JP version, they kind of have to make him up there, or any character from 15. But I'm assuming Noctis has to be good because he's going to be the main man, the main boy. So So let's say they can't balance us. They can balance us different. They said they will, but I don't think they can make a unit that much different. So are we gonna have to wait a while to get 15? Because by then the hype's kind of dying down. I don't know, but that's a worry I have. It's like, how are they gonna release us both if they do a global and JP simultaneous release? They just don't give a shit. And they're just like, here's Noctis and he's OP as shit. Like I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know either. I'm hoping that they figure this one out because it would be really nice for them to release it at the same time.
I agree.
I think the hype would be real. Plus, it would be if they did it at the same time on both JP and global. That'd be something new because as it stands right now, everything we get has already been given. On JP they have already had these banners. They've already had most of these characters except for Elza. That's the only, and I mean I guess the Halloween banner too. But That was garbage. Just garbage. But yeah. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. But anyway, so I think I'm done with banner speculation. If you want, you can start the questions. I'll be back in a couple minutes, okay?
Okay. All right, guys, ask us some questions. I'll try to answer. Yeah, Travis, I feel like they could give us different Final Fantasy 15 characters, but I think the backlash would be too... Like, Noctis has to be one for both. So, I don't know. And I feel like Noctis has to be a big baddie. How to know if you were above 3,000 or not before the refresh? The problem right now, Destro, is the rankings are messed up. So they should show us eventually. Like, what you'll do is you'll click the past week ranking system, and you should be able to save it. Right now, it's bugged, I think. And I think it goes along with them not being able to give us our rewards. So it should be soon. Pokemon Moon or Sun? I haven't played either, and I guess you're talking to Tech because I've already said Sun. So, do you think that breaks TOS and would provoke an account ban? I don't think they'd ban for that, Ronin Katana. But, you know, I don't know. The TOS is just there to try to... that's their terms of service. They don't ban for every time you break the TOS, but there are certain things they will ban for. I don't think they'll ban for that. Short girls. Is Maxwell worth it long term? Trainwreck, her 6-star is pretty strong, but she's nowhere near as strong as like the top units. But for being free, definitely she's strong. How the hell do you get the bloody Esper gauge up? Prey. It's kind of RNG a little bit. Apparently Barrage and doing multiple hits is going to get you a lot there. Oh yeah, we did forget about the Thanksgiving banner. The turkey baster rain, dude. Nice. Can we go on a spending strike until Gimme publicly admits hacking? That they have found a way to find those accounts and banning. I wish we did, Blizz. Like, the people who are hacking, they're definitely ruining the game. They're taking away the players, like, who have worked hard, who have gotten their accounts up, who have gotten these things. These hackers are breaking in and doing things. They're definitely taking away from those players, so I hope. I don't know about the spending strike. I don't know if that would actually work, but I feel you, Jimmy, on that. I think they will nerf Maxwell so people can... I think they might nerf Maxwell. I am unsure, though. I am unsure how Gumi works, so this will be a good way for us to get a feel for how Gumi responds to the public. They will in the future, Anarchy. A lot of the units in the future that start at 3-star will get 6 stars, and some units that start at 4-star will get 6 stars. So we're just not there yet. Do you think a strat will come out for Maxwell that will make it doable for non-whales? Yeah, dude. I think they're already out there, Game Buds. I think there are strategies already out there. Now, if we're talking about a foolproof one, I'm unsure. But I'll definitely be working on it myself, trying to come up with some kind of, I don't want to say cheesy, but it kind of is. Like, you want to be able to break it and do your best that you can with the best team to kind of get that Esper gauge up, because it's kind of like a tricky thing to do anyway. Is there a Thanksgiving event? No idea, Stuart. I kind of hope so.
Yeah, I mean, going off our speculations, I know we didn't include those at all. But, I mean, global-wise, I would assume that they would probably, if they also cater to the American public, we would probably see a... Well,
it's like only the American public celebrate. Because other places celebrate Halloween, right? Not just America? I am unsure on that. I actually don't know.
I mean, Halloween is technically an American holiday. It's an American thing that kind of has made its way over the ocean into other people's...
So other people at least know it and they celebrate it. Like, there's no way Thanksgiving's celebrated anywhere else, yeah?
No. Like no. Yeah, I mean, if we don't see a Thanksgiving event... The next event we would probably see is Christmas, because that's pretty widely accepted.
Christmas is for sure. Yeah. Christmas is celebrated a lot of places. So, you guys think that if we use the pots from Arena on a 5-star, the stats will carry when you awaken it? Yeah, I do think so, Phil. I think they have I think each character has a stat. I haven't looked too much into this, but each character has a stat that you can buff up. You can only buff it so far, and like that gauge doesn't change when you get it up or anything like that. Let's see. Canada also celebrated Thanksgiving? I didn't know that. That's crazy. Do you still have faith in the New Year 10K bundle? Yeah, I think we'll get some New Year bundle. I don't know if it'll be the same as JP, though. So, that's crazy. I didn't know Canada does. It's just a month early. That's crazy. That's awesome. Learning new stuff all the time.
Indeed. Always learning new stuff. Never stop learning.
Can't stop. Can't stop, won't stop.
Alright, let's see here. How are people hacking, and what are they hacking? Alright, Joe, so what they're doing is they're taking APK files and they're modifying them. I mean, it's really not that hard, man. It's just like...
and an APK file is the game file, essentially. Like, that's what you download on your mobile device. And I don't want to talk about it too much, Tech, because I don't want to say that... We're not promoting it at all. Do not do this.
Do not do it. Yeah. No, it's fucking wrong.
This is a disclaimer. We are making you guys aware that people are doing it, and it's bullshit. They're doing things like giving themselves more TMs for free. I've heard they can't do unit injection, which means they can't just give themselves units, but I've heard they can give themselves TM units. They can, or TM materias. They can just give themselves, mad stats. They can go above and beyond whatever the stats you thought you could have. And this is hacking. And now that we have PvP and we have things that are like really hard to obtain, we need to put those stops to it quick to make sure that we as players who have worked hard for our stuff, and definitely the players who have paid for their stuff through the correct way through Gumi, don't feel jaded or cheated. So they need to put a stop to it quick. They need to answer the cry.
On that note, man, they like if you look at the recent game that came out, Mobius Final Fantasy, they've actually they also run their game through APK files since it's primarily a mobile game. I don't know if it's been released on Steam globally yet, but I think there's a JP version out. And their company, Square Enix, I forget I think it's just Square Enix that runs Mobius. They just banned anybody who downloaded the APK file outside of the Google Play, Amazon, or iOS.
That's a weird way to do it, though.
They just said, "Fuck that. That's a third-party app." If it didn't come straight from either of those three sources. So, I also want to throw that out there for anybody who downloads the game and plays it on their computer through Mimu or Nox, BlueStacks, whatever. Make sure that you download it through the Google Play Store or you download it through the Amazon Store, because you never know if Gummy is like, well, you downloaded this through this APK Pure site. I know it's legit, but it didn't get through the actual the reasonable channels or channels. You know what I mean? So just throwing that out there. Be very careful if you're ever having issues. Make sure you try to download the app actually through the legit channels. This way you never run into these issues. Because sometimes people will sneak in fake files as well. It may be APK pure, but someone can easily upload a third-party modified APK and say, yeah, this is the pure file. And you're actually running something that does like 1 million damage if you use almost throw or some shit, you know? Yeah. So, anyway.
But yeah, Tech, I think it's time to wrap it up, buddy.
All right, bro.
Sounds
good. Yeah, no.
Shows.
Yeah, I like the show. It was good. It was nice. All right, I'm gonna let you go ahead and go first, bro.
Okay, guys, my name is Clay Cuzolt. I am on YouTube. I am on Twitter. You guys can find me with just using Clay Cuzolt. And I am on Twitch. Obviously, you guys give me a follow. I'm here to help you guys out. If you guys tweet me on Twitter, I try to answer everything. You guys can send me messages on Twitch and stuff like that. So best of luck with Maxwell. I'm going to try to have a guide out on my YouTube for it soon. So thanks for watching, guys.
There you go. And as you know, I'm Tech Maki. You can also find me on YouTube. I don't do as many videos, but I'm trying to get there. You can also find me on Twitch, and you can find me on Twitch, and you can also find me on Twitter as well. You can ask me anything if you want to get on either one of our Discords. We also have a Discord server for each one of our channels. You can ask us questions there. You can always send private messages, whatever you want. We're here to help you guys. The community is very helpful. Just make sure you utilize the community to the best of your abilities. You know what I mean? But anyway, on that note, we are going to go ahead and wrap up, and we are out of here. So see you guys next time.
Yep. See you guys later.
Yeah. Now I guess it's time for me to do some polls. A poll. I think I'm doing 111 poll, and to match what you did, and that's pretty much going to be it for me on these banners, man. You got a game to watch tonight?
It's tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, okay.
Tomorrow night's a big night for me. We're like number 13. If we beat this is like the biggest game we've had in a long history of football for us. So.
Oh, okay, I can dig it. But all right, let me go ahead and shut this down, and I will see you guys in a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.